Welcome back. This is what we're working on today. I'm going to replace this old worn out steering wheel. Now it's just me with one hand, so I'm going to cut in and out. You won't get to see all the work as it's being done, but I'll give you a general idea. I don't have a tripod, I'm just using my phone for this. So I learned something. The bolts that you see on the Cruiser's wheel are actually just plastic decorative bolts. They don't actually do anything. If you try to take them off, you'll strip it. On the back side of the wheel, you'll find each side of this a screw. I just had a bug right on my neck. You'll find a screw holding this front trim piece on. Now, again, these little plastic, they're just plastic. They don't do a single thing. They might be metal, but it doesn't appear that they are. So these look like they'll be the ones that just in and out. Should be easy. We shall see. I don't usually use power tools on a boat. Easy to strip things out, but I figured I would on this one. Make my life a little easier. When I put it back in, it's on one of the lowest settings too for torque. It'll ratchet out if I find something that's too tough. But when I go to put it back in, I'm going to just use a screwdriver. Not risk stripping the adapter. Cruisers was nice enough to use an adapter plate when they made this boat. So I'm not going to screw it up by stripping it out. I can reuse the adapter for my new steering wheel. Yeah, just like that. Super easy. Doesn't take anything. See, it's just sitting on the top of that. So the new wheel should fit directly over and bolt up straight. The boat or the wheel comes with a horn, which I won't be using. I will use the center cap because it bolts straight through and it covers up the covers that up. Hold on, sorry about that. This is the centerpiece. It's just about flawless, and that will sit over the top, and you'll screw in through that. It's billeted. So it should fit on there nice and snug, and this steering wheel should never wobble or anything. So this package from, what is the name of this company? Forever Sharp, comes complete with the wires for the horn, which I'm not going to use, at least not now, and all the hardware screws you need. There's no trick to this, but I'm going to need both hands to run everything. So this is what it looks like now, and I will show you the end result. So I was able to finally get it on, and what it amounted to was the screws that came with the boat, with the adapter on the boat, was a very coarse thread. And I don't have them with me, they're out in my vehicle, but the screws that came with the steering wheel were, instead of being a tapered Phillips head, which is what came with the boat, they were a hex head, large hex head. But they were a very fine thread, very, very fine. and of course they wouldn't work. So what I ended up doing, just trying to get the screw out, is I ended up going to the local hardware, getting a more coarse thread that matched with the hex head. But they're slightly longer. So when you go to test them and you just screw it into the adapter, you're going to find that they stick out about that far, and you're going to think, oh no, what am I going to do now? I'm going to have to grind these off. But the reality is, with the horn button, that's actually for horn, and the thickness of this, which is fairly significant, and it's about 1/4 of an inch, and then the set in is a little less than 1/4 of an inch. Those screws actually fit perfectly. These little bit longer ones that I got, slightly longer than the factory screw, factory bolt, excuse me. So what you're going to need for the Cruisers, at least for the 440 and 2005 that I have, every one may be slightly different. This is actually the bolt I got. It's 1024 by 3/4 of an inch. Their stock number at the Ace Hardware was 3247-D, D David. So really, I bought a few extras. You know how it is on the boat. Every time you turn around, you're losing bolts. So in the end, that's what it looks like. It looks pretty nice. I wasn't sure I would like the wood on this particular boat. My last boat had a very similar steering wheel to this, so I really like it. One of the things I really like, you can't really see it, the back side is like a car wheel almost. Very, very gentle finger indentations. I didn't think I wanted that. I thought I wanted one that was smooth, but that's kind of a nice feeling to have those finger indentations. Boat's hooked up to power, charging. Still got the cover on. Another week or so. Hopefully Friday they're coming to pick up the upholstery, which is not fabulous. So that's going to be gone. And I won't tell you what that's going to turn into, but it won't be nasty white with grimy handprints. So that's the next one. I've almost got this off. This is going to be gone. We're going to do something with this. Not exactly sure what. I'm going to resurface this nasty black stuff that's like no longer proper. And then the project, after all of that is gone, once it warms up, I've got something to do with this. I won't tell you what. The whole dashboard is going to change. It's my ladder from going downstairs. One of my hatch rams quit, so that's out. It was easier to get to it, to remove it, by removing the ladder. So that, as they say, is that for now. No, one thing, they're starting the work on the boat for Lake Michigan. We're doing both. I'd show you, but it's 40-mile-an-hour gusts here today. So they're doing both strut bearings. And that's my windshield, or my windshield. Yeah, that's my windshield. That's the steering wheel. See you next time. If you like this video, please hit subscribe. Only 7 viewers, so we could use a little bit more. Have a good day.